live music and you're in the Finger Lakes, this is the place for you. I'm Janelle Bradshaw, and I'm here to talk about the live music scene right here in the Central Finger Lakes for the week coming up of August 3rd through August 9th. Yes, it's August, which means that if you've been dilly-dallying all through the beginning of summer, now is the time to go out and find some great music. Hey, if you're looking for music, check out the website. It's my website, flxmusic247.com, and it's a searchable calendar where you can go in and click on the date you want to go out, and you can see all of the events unfold in time order. Now keep checking back throughout the week because I'm adding events each day. If you're planning in advance, there's plenty to choose from, but I'll be adding last-minute events as I find them throughout the week. You can search using the color codes that are at the bottom that get you in your general area of the Finger Lakes, because you know it's kind of a big region. Or you can also click by location, the town, or the venue specifically. And if you know you're a musician and you want to follow a musician, I encourage you to check out their social media or online presence to see if you can find their events. Haha. Anyway, it's really quick and easy to find places to go throughout the Finger Lakes on flxmusic247.com. I'm going to present 4 segments this week, hot spots, hot shots, tried and true, and something new to give you my intel on what's going on this week and where you might find some fun. Now, just because I'm not mentioning all the greatest bands, the greatest bands and places in the area, doesn't mean there's not other exceptional events going on, but I'm limited to about 24 picks, and I try to mix it up each week so you get a broad view of what's happening. So let's get started with the hot spots in the Finger Lakes. So down in the, I call it the corridor, which is a little bit north of Watkins Glen, about 8 to 10 miles, is an abundance of music venues. I mean, you have Two Goats, Atwater, Finger Lakes Distilling, Damiani, Hazlitt, Roster Ranch, Scale House, Lucky Hair, and the list goes on and on. But this week I'd like to focus on Hazlitt 1852. Hazlitt 1852 Winery is one of the oldest wineries in the region, and they have a wonderful music program this summer and even in the the other seasons. We can't call them off seasons. This week they're going to present Cass and the Bailout Crew on Friday, the 4th from 6 to 9, and on Sunday they'll present the High Beans 2 to 5. They have a super great outdoor space. They have a tent. They have a really nice area where you can bring your lawn chairs and sit outside and enjoy music, and of course the wonderful offerings that they have at Hazlitt. Just up the street at Bagley's Poplar Ridge, they offer a golden hour, happy hour from 5 to 8 on Fridays and Saturdays. This week we're going to rock out with a Rock Street Band on Friday night and Seneca Jam on Saturday. Both of those events are from 5 to 8. And again, you're facing to the west. The sunsets are beautiful, thus the name Golden Hour. And we love August sunsets. Don't ask me why. Might make me cry a little bit. This weekend, a huge, important event happening right at the Geneva Lakefront is the Garlic Festival. It's in its 20-something year. It used to be held at Fox Run Vineyards, a little bit south on 14, heading towards Penn Yan, but in the last couple of years they've had to move it due to its size. So let me talk about the music at the Garlic Festival. Kicking off the day on Saturday will be the Fall Creek, I gotta check my notes here, the Fall Creek Brass Band, followed at 11 a.m., followed by Steve Grills, who's a notorious blues master, playing at 1 o'clock, and then they're gonna up the party with the Breakfast Club at 3:30 for some dance and funky party music. On Sunday, a favorite of mine, if you're up and about on Sunday, check out Cinnamon Jones. She's a true entertainer, and she's got some very innovative, funky, good morning, uplifting kind of music to present at 11 o'clock on Sunday, followed by a jazz group called Blue Skies, and ending with the John Bolger Trio, who plays some blues and rock. Should be a great day at the lake. There's tons of vendors and tons of opportunities to find some food and drink there at the Geneva Lakefront. It should be a big event. Thousands of people will be by. There's lots of parking too, so don't worry about that. Have a great time right here in Geneva at the lakefront. Also around the corner at the Tiki Bar North, you can catch a local classic rock band, Bad Juju, on Friday from 8 to 11, and our own Spencer Samalis on Sunday from 6 to 9 right at the Tiki Bar. That's also a great place to hang out. They've got some down-home kind of atmosphere going on there with very reasonably priced drinks and food cooked right there on the grill for you. And, say hi to Bob if you end up down there. I'd also like to draw your attention to an event that's just a little bit out of my regular range on the calendar. It is on the calendar. It's the Lima Crossroads Blues Festival. Wow. If you check out the lineup, just some of the bands that I love that are going to be there. The Gabe Stillman Band will be there on Thursday, and Hannah PK on Friday. Stanley Jordan, I think that's Friday. You'll have to check the schedule. Stanley Jordan, a notorious blues guitar player who's played at some pretty impressive venues throughout his career. And also the Zach Brown Tribute Band will perform on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. That should be really fun, and I hope if you have a chance to get over there to do that. There's also parades and kids stuff. It's a regular town festival, so I think music is on 2 or 3 different stages, all free, I believe. So check it out. You can get to the link. They just have a Facebook page, but you can get to the link with the schedule right on FLXmusic247.com. It'll take you right to their Facebook page, so you don't have to scroll for that. Also, another great venue down in Ithaca is South Hill Cider. The owner is a musician, and it tells because in their music lineup, they have some very interesting and innovative performers. I'm especially interested in this group, Hank Roberts Trio. Now, I haven't heard them before, but when I read some information about them, they're going to play jazz, but with a cello and a piano and a drummer. And when they talked about playing some John Coltrane tunes and some Thelonious Monk and talking about their improvisational skills, it just piqued my interest because whenever you take classic music and tweak it towards a new and innovative style with different instrumentation or interpretation, it's often a wonderful event to be had. That South Hill Cider sits up high on the south end of Ithaca near, Buttermilk Falls Park, way up there. Gorgeous view in the evening. Again, the sun sets in August. Don't make me say it again. Okay, here we go. On to the hot shots. Now, these artists are people that I've seen and I know, and I'd like to let you in on their performance because they're super fun people to meet, and the music's fantastic. Dave Matthews Tribute Band, Big Eyed Fish out of Rochester, is going to rock Lincoln Hill Farms on Thursday the 3rd at 6 p.m. They're going to get a little lift up from Dos Locos that warming them up. That's going to be a great full band with horn section, and anybody that loves Dave Matthews will want to get over there to see them Thursday the 3rd. Meg Williams, she's a local artist that has moved on to Nashville, and she performs with Travis Boland, and they're an award-winning duo. They're going to be in the Finger Lakes this weekend, the whole weekend. Check this out. So on Friday, you can catch Meg and Travis at Nichols Barbecue Pit in Watkins Glen, but then you can also catch them on Sunday at the Switzerland. You can catch them Monday at Keg and Barrel, and you can catch them Tuesday right at Lafayette Park in Watkins Glen again. Once again, Lafayette Park is a free concert. Every other place, the performances are free without a cover charge. We love it if you eat and drink while you're there. Keeps everybody happy. But check out Meg Williams if you get a chance. She's a dynamic guitar player. She does some covers and a lot of originals, and like I said, she's won some awards recently for her performance in Nashville. So we welcome her home for the weekend. Another great female instrumentalist, Robin Burnett, will be playing at Seneca Cheese in Watkins Glen on Friday the 4th at 5:30. Seneca Cheese is a beautiful cheese bar. They offer other things, of course, but it's a beautiful little spot right on the main drag in Watkins Glen. Robin Burnett, again, a strong, maybe country-inspired artist, but she's got a nice, she's got a nice, strong voice and interesting style, and I think you'll really like her performance, so check her out. Another band I keep talking about is St Vith, and St Vith is an indie rock band, and they're just doing a lot of cool, innovative music, and they've been playing a lot, and you know what happens when you play a lot? You get a lot better. So look forward to seeing in the indie rock band St Vith at Laurentide Brewery on Friday the 4th from 5 to 8. Another artist that's here for the summer comes up to the Finger Lakes for most of the summer and plays here and there and everywhere, and most often at Damiani, but Favi will be playing with his electric trio on Live from Linden this weekend, Friday the 4th at 6:30. They'll be outdoors on the street. If you're not familiar with Linden, they close down both ends, so it becomes a street market, and all the restaurants have outdoor seating, and there's lots of places to buy food and beverage. And you can take your own chair as well. It's free. You don't have to buy anything. Go down and hear that great music. Also, Fabi will be playing Sundays as normal at Damiani from 1 to 4, which is down on the east side of Seneca Lake. Another local artist that plays all over the place and is well known for his personality and his great guitar playing is PJ Elliott. And I'd just like to note that PJ will be playing at Maloney's Pub quite often in August. Maloney's is a nice little bar in Hammondsport. It's one of the only places in town, in the Hammondsport town, that you can hear music past 9 o'clock. So head down to Maloney's. It's a bar. They have, I think they have food. I don't know. But it's just a good time. They have a pool table, and lots of fun people who need to be out past 9 can be found there. And another super spot high up on the hills above Branchport is Blue Eagle Tavern. They're a place with great personality as well. Just remember, they're a cash-only tavern. If you only have a credit card, well, they'll let you use their ATM in the corner. But PJ will be playing Sunday from 3 to 6, and Blue Tavern has music on Saturdays and Sundays 3 to 6. They also added a open mic night on I don't know, some night. It's on the calendar. Everything I'm saying, everything I'm talking about, you can find it on flxmusic247.com by clicking on the date. Let's see what we have in the tried and true category. Now, this segment is picked for venues and artists that I think no matter where you are, no matter where you go, you will get a high quality show from this place or these people, and they fall into the tried and true category. So at Zugabee's, they offer a weekly sunset series on Thursday evenings from 6 to 9. Again, those sunsets. They're going to offer Hot Dogs and Gin this week. Hot Dogs and Gin is a classic rock band. They have a remarkable young band in the group, Eamon Hubert, who started playing the guitar at a tender young age and has already been a touring musician. I think he's, I don't know, he must be 14 by now, but he and his dad and a few other people put together an incredible classic rock show. He's, the next Jimi Hendrix. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, check them out. It's Zugabee, just south of Geneva on the east side. Another favorite band of mine is Neo Project. Neo Project is a 6 or 7 piece band out of Ithaca, and they just play some great pop, rock, R&B, jazz influenced music, and they just have super awesome male and female vocalists, and they put on a group that's great for an upbeat party. You can check them out at Buttonwood Grove on Friday the 4th from 6 to 9. A super great band if you have a chance to get there. Bringing it on again is Point of the Bluff. Point of the Bluff over on Cayuga Lake, high up on the west side, has put together an incredible music series. So many great concerts have already occurred this year. There's still more to come, and they'll offer concerts all the way through the end of September, I believe, maybe even going into October. And this week they present the Oak Ridge Boys, and it's a little bit of a throwback for it, but people of a certain age love to hear music that they've loved all their life, and you can catch them on Saturday the 5th at 3:30 p.m. over at Point of the Bluff. Now keep in mind, Point of the Bluff also has other music. They have Thursday evening music with their farmers market. They often have some Sunday music and occasionally a Friday as well in the hangar lounge up there. So check them up. They're a field trip on their own. That whole side of the lake, if you need someplace new to go towards the Point of the Bluff, and you'll find 4 or 5 or 6 different places in the immediate vicinity, all with great offerings of food and beverage and live music in many of them. If you want to head down the hill on the other side, you can get to Naples, New York, where Inspire More Winery presents some awesome concerts throughout the summer as well. These are ticketed as well. Did I mention the Oak Ridge Boys is a ticketed event? And you can get right to the ticket link through the calendar on flxmusic247.com. Same thing for Inspire More's concert. They're going to present a pretty well-known band by now. Of course, most bands start small and then they build and develop their fan base. And Dirty Blanket is a big pull in this area, and they're going to present themselves as the Dirty Dead 2, and so they've been working on a Grateful Dead set for you, and that's going to be a ticketed event from 6 to 10 at Inspire More in Naples. Another one of our long-standing, well-known wineries is Hosmer's. can you believe it? They're celebrating their 38th year in business here in the Finger Lakes. They've got a beautiful place right on Route 89. They're having their anniversary party on Saturday the 5th from 1 to 5. And they often offer a band called the Tribal Revival Band. And this week they're gearing up for the Unreal Revival Band, which means they're going to bring in some of their friends and they're going to have a rockin' fun time at Hosmer Winery on Saturday. On Sunday they'll follow up if they still have enough juice to go again, and the Tribal Revival Band will play 1 to 4 as well on Sunday for their regular weekly music and mimosas. You can't miss the fun this week at Hosmer. Another fine place down in Penn Yan, I love to talk about these people, so super motivated. They've had some incredible success with their vision. They purchased the Laurentide Inn, which is a bed and breakfast building, one of those giant mansions right on the main street in Penn Yan. Gorgeous, you can't miss it. It's yellow. The grounds are fantastic, the home is beautiful. And then they took the carriage house and turned it into a brewery, and with wild success. It's a beautiful little place tucked in, renovated to perfection, and they've been brewing in there for a couple of years now, I think 2 or 3, maybe 3. And then, of course, they said, we need some great food, and they partnered with some of their friends, and they created the Roots Cafe, I think it's called True Roots Cafe, right on the grounds. So you can head down there, you could stay down there for the weekend, you can head down there for happy hour, or you can go for dinner. They have music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This week I'd like to highlight Cali and Chad Mac. They're a country duo that'll play on Saturday. I mentioned St Vith is playing on Friday, and a well-known soloist, Steve McLean, will play on Sunday. They offer other music on different days as well. Say hi to Marla down there. She's moving and shaking and getting things done in Penn Yan. So check that place out too. And my Something New segment, I'm always on the lookout for something new. If it piques my interest, I have to put it on here. The Sam Grisman Project. Well, Sam Grisman includes local legend Aaron Lipp, and Aaron and Sam and a bunch of other guys went on a tour this past spring, and they probably traveled around for 3 or 4 months playing concert after concert all throughout the West Coast and the West Pacific area. And they're going to be getting together Friday the 4th from 7 to 11. There's a ticket on that at Hollerhorn Distilling down in Naples, New York. Check them out. The Danekis are on tour. They're an acoustic duo, and they are going to be performing at Watershed Brewing on Friday the 4th from 4 to 8. And if you're not aware, Watershed Brewing is the former Bottomless Brewing under new ownership and new name and new labeling. So they're excited to get their doors back open and welcome you to hear music at their place. I'll try to keep up with them as far as listing their music. We're trying. Another winery that popped up on my radar that I hadn't heard of before is, let me see if I can say it, Domaine La Jour, which is a French-influenced winery over on Cayuga Lake. And I noticed they're going to offer Professor Tuesday's Jazz Quartet on Saturday the 5th from 4 to 8. If you haven't been there, go check out the scene and see what you think. Let me know. A huge event that's happening at Lincoln Hill Farm on Saturday the 5th from 1 to 6 is the Brew Fest. Now, I was reading an article just the other day that talked about the fact that there were just, 1 or 2 or 3 different craft breweries in the area just as little as 10 years ago. And now I'm pretty sure there's over 20 of them. So Brewfest is going to kind of spotlight all those new breweries in the area and to give you a chance to taste some of their stuff and get interested and excited about their business. And they're going to offer Keller Williams, who's going to play, you ready? Grateful Grass, featuring the Hillbenders. Now, if you're familiar with the Grateful Dead, you know they're not a bluegrass band. But like I mentioned before, sometimes the most innovative music is where someone takes something that's well known and twists it around a little bit and creates a new style. So this band's going to present their versions of Grateful Dead tunes in a bluegrass kind of way. Should be interesting. Anyway, it'll be a great festival. Lincoln Hill Farms is a beautiful place, welcoming staff. There's a ticket associated. Make sure you get to the site and read all the fine print, but it should be really fun. I think, I don't know if they have VIP tickets this weekend, but for most of their shows, they have VIP tickets, and if you're looking for a place to go for a special event, that could be really it. Check it out. Sodas Point Lighthouse, for years and years, have been offering a Sunday afternoon concert series, and I just thought I'd mention them. On Sunday the 6th from 2 to 4, they're going to present Brass Incorporated, which is a jazz-influenced, it's not a big band, but it is a big band. They have plenty of horns in the band. It could be maybe a party band, but it's got enough of a jazz influence that I like to promote it. You know, I like jazz a lot. What can I say? On Tuesday the 8th, yeah, don't forget the flip side. Don't forget those Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday concerts that I very infrequently talk about. But this week I'd like to promote the Diana Jacobs Band. She'll be playing with a full band on Tuesday the 8th at Hoops Park in Auburn. She's an innovative musician. Nick Moses is her trumpet player, and he's written a lot of her music and the horn parts for her music. And they got an R&B feel. They got an upbeat, little bit of party, lots of soul, and a lot of fantastic musicians in the band. So if you have time, get on over to Auburn on Tuesday. Wow, that's a lot, but there's so much more. I do have an upcoming event slide. Let's see if I have it right. The Skinny Atlas Music Festival continues. Oh, so much stuff. Now, most of those have ticket prices associated with them. If that's out of reach for you, they're offering some free shows. You got to get on their site. You can get to their site from my site, so you don't have to go searching too far. But I would recommend that you check out some of their events, free or ticketed. There's some amazing music going on. And the festival, you know, needs the support of paying customers as well. So if it's in your wheelhouse of interest and affordability, head on over to the Skinny Atlas Music Festival, especially the site, to see what's going on. I mentioned before, but I'm going to keep talking about it. My buddy Michael George Gonzalez is the leader of FLIMA, F-L-I-M-A, which is the Finger Lakes Independent Music Association, and he offers programming on Tuesdays and Wednesdays that are aimed towards including local musicians to come and network, to play, to try some new stuff. He has some great alternative and alternating programming. For example, he offers jazz on the first Tuesday of the month in Geneva at Twisted Rail on Tuesdays, and on Wednesdays he offers jazz on the third Wednesday of the month at the Rio Tomatlan. But it'll be on the calendar, so check it out. If you need something to do on a Tuesday or Wednesday and you just have a little bit of time, come see what we're up to and say hi and meet us and, you know, get involved in the whole scene here in the Finger Lakes. A lot of musicians show up at those sessions, so you can meet some new people there. The Geneva Lakefront Concert Series continues this summer all the way through the last weekend of August. I'd like to mention that this coming week, Mark Gramling will be performing on the 9th. Mark Gramling is a Geneva native and a musician. He played for us in the Geneva Jazz Festival and did a fantastic job, so we welcome him to the lakefront with his band, the Groove Phoenix, and it should be, he's got some style over there, so I would get out, bring your friends, take your lawn chair. There's food and beverage for sale right there outside, and it's a great time. I was there last week, and it was like the Bahamas. It was hot, but the wind was blowing, and it was fantastic. Another free place to go for music. I mentioned before, Pickin' in the Pasture, a long-standing bluegrass festival coming up down in the Lodi area, August 24th. Aurora Festival, a one-day festival in Aurora, New York. On the other side, there'll be more information coming about that. And don't forget, your local towns are offering free concerts all the time. I don't always catch them all. I try to. I know Phelps has a concert series, I think, on Mondays or Tuesdays, and Hammondsport has one on Thursdays. And there's been some concerts in Waterloo at Dempsey Park. They're just putting them on for the local residents to get out and enjoy live music and, you know, meet your neighbors and that kind of thing. Clute Park down in Watkins Glen on Sundays, also Lafayette Park in Watkins Glen on Tuesdays. Rose, the village of Rose, has live music up there. If you're a local, you probably already know about it, and so much more. But you know, you have to scroll for some of those. I'll get as many on the calendar as I can find. And then also, again, I'll encourage you to get involved. There's lots of open mic nights to see new and rising artists, and to also, if you are an artist, to get your toe in, give yourself a chance to sing a couple of songs and develop your confidence so we can see you out in the Finger Lakes music scene. Well, you can like and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You've seen who's my constant companion, and who knows who's who, and who knows where to go in the Finger Lakes, and who's got to get out a little bit more, I think. Don't you need to get out a little bit more? Yeah. Anyway, if you're a musician or if you're a venue, reach out to me on flxmusic247@gmail. That's my email address, so we can get connected. And I just heard from some new venues today that want to get their music on the site. Did you know that each week around 2,000 people are using the website, and since most people go out with somebody else, I'm going to say that the calendar is likely influencing about 4,000 to 5,000 listeners each week. I think that's a lot of people. It's more people that live in the town of Seneca Falls being influenced by the calendar each week, so it's a great thing. So if you're a musician and you want to catch up with me, or a venue, let's talk about how we can work together to promote your live music program. So once again, I'm Janelle Bradshaw, FLXmusic247.com. It's always available to you, no scrolling, just click on your date, and you can find where you want to go to discover something new or to find an artist that you'd like to follow again. So you have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.